PDP word Congress is free, fair, credible. That's coming from Governor Mba. Makinde rejects appointment as Electoral Committee Chair. Details of that you'll find on page the outages at airports. A fan on the fire. Okay. Stakeholders cry out, demand compensation, and switch over responsible, says airport management. There should be a method of switch over or without actually creating a blackout. Anyway, check page 25 of the for this morning for details of our story. Here we have this one. Name terror sponsors laundering money. SCSN challenges EFCC. Yes, name terror sponsors. That's been a cry for a while now. Yes, people behind this nefarious acts should be named, because there are times that even the suspects that are nabbed would say they're working for someone who they themselves do not even know. So if sponsors of terror are named, I guess it's going to actually help and go a long way in fighting against insecurity in the land. And from page 26 of the Daily Sun, we have the story. APC wins Ebonyi South senatorial by-election. If you want to know who won that, check page 26 of the Daily. All right, it says continent must remain true to its human values. You find details of that on page 6 of the Daily Sun. Abductors of Kwara monarchs' wives demand 100 million ransom. Abductors of Kwara monarch's wife demand 1 million ransom. That's after killing the husband. As they had got to demand 100 million as ransom. Well, it's such a pathetic one there. All right, on page 4 of the Daily Sun, NDLEA intercepts 14.5 tons of Ghanaian cannabis linked to wanted drug baron in Lagos. Right, that will be all from the Daily Sun this morning.
Well, sad, we must say, I'm supposed to charge to security agencies to please up their game, especially in dealing with issues of kidnapping and all of this other. Honestly speaking, it's so demeaning, it's so disheartening that a traditional will be killed in such manner, and now you sort of kidnapped the queen and now demanding. And when you look at the uniformity of these criminals, those in Ekiti were demanding 100 million naira. Yes. Eventually, they reduced the ransom to 15 million naira. We do not know if the money was paid or not. Yeah. But what we are told is that those children were rescued, but the monarchs were killed. 2 monarchs. And if that is happening to a living tree, what happens to a dry one? And so there must be more to be done in dealing with these criminal activities so that Nigerians could be able to live in peace. Now, it will not also end with the security agencies. If you see something, say something, so they say. To a large extent, I think the issue of compromise of confidentiality on the part of the security agencies has now become a thing of the past. So that tells us that there could still be more to be done in collaborating and synergizing with security agencies in nipping these criminalities in the bud. Let's move to the Vanguard newspaper of this morning. On the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, you have this story leading: uncertainty rules currency markets as external reserves rise. And then you have these riders to the story: volume of dollars traded down 3%, That's to $2.14 billion. Why sudden massive crash of Naira? That's coming from analysts. One of further depreciation, adverse impacts on economy. Find details of the stories on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper of the some other stories right on the front page there. Blackout, power grid collapses again. First in 2024. Well, I hope that will be the last in 2024. Now talking education, 723 schools closed in 9 states over insecurity. Others, that's according to UNICEF. On page 12, you find details. I beg your pardon, page 13, you find details of that story. Brain drain. Over 500 workers left National Hospital in 2 years. That's according to the CMD. That's the details on page 4 of the Vanguard newspaper of this morning. Okay, that's story on the topmost. Let the person pay. A driver killed Ekiti pupils. Teachers regain freedom. On page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper. Talking politics, rerun by-elections, mixed fortunes as 5 seats. Page 28. Presidency, Atiku fight over Tinubu's economic policies. Tinubu's economic policy dashing hope that Atiku, ex-VP, uninformed interventions on economy. Pages 13 and 30 of the Vanguard newspaper, those stories. 8,100 naira levy. Students in Lagos schools may miss WASC registration. That's 8 Vanguard newspaper. And talking sports on page 37 of the Vanguard newspaper, Cerro plots South Africa's fall in semis. So we wish you the best. We hope that's actually what we in the South. Of this and many more in the Vanguard newspaper of this morning as we move on.
From the paper, page 4 of the Daily Times, and it was to Buhari fled on Tinubu. Alright, and we have this one. Humayi knocks contractors, engineers for poor quality jobs. We find details of that on page 5 of the Daily Times for this morning. And Makinde rejects Edo PDP Guba screening panel chair. Okay, why is Governor Makinde refusing to be the chair of that screening committee? You will want to know. Check page 5 of the Daily Times for this morning.
I think it's just simple. If Umai is concerned about the quality of jobs delivered by contractors, he should not be waiting till the end of contracts to now be telling Nigerians that the quality of job is not. You these jobs. What happened to you? You were sitting in the office.
Assurance.
What happened
why
to
the
monitoring?
job is going on? Yes.
So then there must be quality monitoring so that jobs is nice. It's obvious the PDP still has a huge problem when it turns, and it's not really getting his house in order. Now another governorship election in Edo most likely going to suffer a problem for them if they're not careful with the way and manner their camp is still fractured. I think we should check the sporting arena before we close shop on this part of the program this morning, and let's see what the sporting arena has for us. Talking sports on Sporting Sun, Naira rain for Super Eagles. Dangote others splash 187 million naira on team. Well, I think that's against what some people have thought, that the economy is also biting hard. That there's no promise of this, promise of that for the Super Eagles in the build up to the quarterfinals. But now that's
the promises are coming up.
Okay, talking about South Africa encounter with the Super Eagles. That's the Bafana. South Africa fears Lukman no Super Eagles weakness. That's on page 6 of this Sporting Sun of this morning. Check the details of this and many more on the Sporting Arena on Sporting Sun. Of course, we'll be closing shop on this aspect of the program this morning as we go into the conversation segment of the program. And our first talking point will be centering on Ondo State politics and governance, as well as the task before the incumbent governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa. Please join us then as we'll be joining a political analyst and politician joining us on the program. Please stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
We gain prominence.
Would work for you and do all of this.
His attention to details. Governor Aiyedatiwa, man, is calm, and the man is a very intelligent man. He doesn't teach his land, and Aiyedatiwa is a good learner. If you observe him critically, he has been in the game as well. You know, from 2011, he became a card-carrying member of the APC. I mean, the then ACN, and ACN became, they formed a merger of APC in 2013. Aiyedatiwa was a member of the party at that time, and a very active one for that. You know, in 2015, he contested for House of Representatives. So he has gathered prerequisite knowledge in politics, and he has been there. In 2018, he became an NDDC committee. He just worked, with all loyalty with Akeredolu, and